It's your under degree. Sip with me. I'll pour it hot, so hot. I'll pour it sweet, so sweet. Spilling his tea, spilling and sipping his tea, spilling and sipping his tea. Thanks for watching me, tuning in, subscribing, hitting that like, smash that like. I don't bite, no. It's your under degree, feeling great, spilling tea. Have a seat and join me. Sip some tea, unwind with me. Let's grab a snack and talk some smack. I'm your girl, I got your back. I got the news, I got the views. I bet you can't wait, I know you can't wait to sip this tea. Sip this tea. Spilling this tea. Spilling and sipping this tea. Spilling and sipping this tea. Spilling this tea. Spilling and sipping this tea. Spilling this tea. Sipping this tea. Spilling and sipping this tea. Spilling and sipping this tea. Thanks for watching me, tuning in, subscribing, hitting that like, smash that like. I don't bite, no. It's your under degree, shining bright. Set the stage, Hollywood dreams, red carpet scenes, glitter and glow, the secrets I know. Drama with flair, I serve it rare. I got the scoop, I got the proof. I know you can't wait, so come and escape and sip this tea. Sip with me, spilling this tea, spilling and sipping this tea, spilling and sipping this tea, spilling 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 and sipping this tea. It's your under degree. Sip with me. I'll pour it hot, so hot. I'll pour it sweet, so sweet. Spilling this tea, spilling and sipping this tea, spilling and sipping this tea. Thanks for watching me, tuning in, subscribing, hitting that like, smash that like. I don't bite, no. It's your under degree, feeling great, spilling tea. Have a seat and join me. Sip some tea, unwind with me. Let's grab a snack and talk some smack. I'm your girl, I got your back. I got the news, I got the views. I bet you can't wait, I know you can't wait to sip this tea. Sip this tea. Spilling this tea. Spilling and sipping this tea. Spilling and sipping this tea. Spilling this tea. Spilling and sipping 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 this tea. Thanks for watching me, tuning in, subscribing, hitting that like, smash that like. I don't bite, no. It's your under degree, shining bright. Set the stage, Hollywood dreams, red carpet scenes, glitter and glow, the secrets I know. Drama with flair, I serve it rare. I got the scoop, I got the proof. I know you can't wait, so come and escape and sip this tea. Sip with me, spilling this tea, spilling and sipping this tea, spilling and sipping this tea, spilling this tea, spilling this tea, spilling this tea, spilling and sipping this tea, spilling and sipping this tea.
What's up, y'all? Can y'all hear me clear? Put a one in the chat if y'all can hear me. Guys, I am just strictly on my laptop tonight. So I'm excited. Incoming after the last live, she literally stayed on StreamYard with me and showed me a lot of different features. So I'm so thankful to her because yeah, girl didn't know what the hell she was doing. So I'm going to try to do without using two devices. I'm so used to the iPhone and creating content and doing everything on that iPhone. So that's what I'm used to. But let me get some shout outs real quick. And I didn't want to, I seen you guys come in the chat, but I didn't want to start messing with stuff. So I didn't type anything in the chat. What's up, JB? What's up, Janice? 2 minutes, my baby. Dion, Greatness, Empress, Sexy 60. What's going on, y'all? What's up? What's up? What's up? So this live and the last live we were talking about this, and Incoming suggested that I do a live about this. This live is about BBLs and the smells. A lot of people believe that this is something that's very common. There are reasons why a BBL may smell, and we're going to get into some things on this live. I put the link in the chat for anybody that want to come up. You could come up with your opinions. If I didn't cover something that you know about the BBLs, please feel free to click this link. All opinions are respected over here. This platform is just not about me. It's about me and my subscribers. So I want you guys to be, comfortable with speaking your mind over here with no judgment. We're not doing that over here. So, and it's always good to have a healthy debate. There's nothing wrong with that. We don't have to fall out. We don't have to beef. We could agree to disagree as adults and walk away. So that's the vibe that I'm trying to create over here. Not that other BS that we used to. I'm not having it. So I wanted to start off with what is a BBL. A lot of people don't know thank you, Dion, don't know what a BBL is. A BBL is a Brazilian butt lift, which is a cosmetic surgery where they take fat is transferred from one area of the body. So it could be your stomachs, it could be even your thighs, your hips, and where they transfer the fat to your buttocks to increase the volume or the shape of your butt. Okay. Now, they say that the Brazilian butt lift is the most riskiest. I want to share my screen. But let me go over the benefits. Of course, the benefits of getting a BBL, you get a natural looking round buttocks, an hourglass figure. Also, it could be a plus because you're doing fat reduction in another area. So that's a good thing, right? You're removing fat from an area where you don't want it. But it's risky. It's very risky. But I want to share my screen because I've been watching videos on this and I want you guys to see this. Hold on. All right. Let me do a different layout so y'all can see it. There's 2 videos that I want y'all to see, and I might ramble through a couple more, but I like this guy. This doctor. Let me not say guy. Okay. Let me know if y'all can hear it.
Need a villain.
Her BBL smelled like dumpster juice? Does the BBL really stink?
Fair use.
I have made 2 videos about the BBL smell, and in these videos, people hypothesize about why a BBL might smell afterwards. BBL stands for Brazilian butt lift, and this is an operation where you liposuction fat from one part of the body and inject it into the butt. And there is a belief that a lot of people are spreading on social media that if you get this operation...
Hold on, let me pause it. Can y'all hear it? Tell me y'all can hear it real good. Okay, because it seems like I'm looking at my laptop and it seems like the screen is like a little bit faster than what it is on here. So I had to pause it. Let me see.
your bottom will smell really bad afterwards. Well, this is the story of one influencer where that actually happened to her.
I was telling y'all how my sit down air was stinking real bad, and it got to the point to where I had to carry around.
Hold on, y'all. Let me stop it. Let me stop sharing it and then try to share it again because I want y'all to see this woman talking. Hold on. Here we go. Okay. Here we go. That's better. All right. Uh-oh. Hold on.
Stink so bad and the smell would linger.
So she underwent a BBL surgery and noticed afterwards that her sit-down air smelled really bad. There are a lot of reasons why this could happen, and so let's get a little more into her story and figure out why it happened to her.
Okay, here we go.
I ordered 200 hand-forged knives to my dorm room and built a Wix website to sell them. I'm Noah Rosen, founder and owner of Forged to Table Knives. Starting as a dishwasher and working my way up through the culinary industry, I knew a lot of people that would love an affordable handcrafted knife, so I saw the opportunity.
Okay, here we go.
When I say that BBL really ruined my life, I even lost my boyfriend behind it. He was telling me the whole time, like, you're stinking real bad down there, and I can't stomach it. First I'm in denial, like, no, you're hating, you're mad, I got a BBL. It was the truth. It got to the point to where I would be washing my laundry. It would still smell like that rat-eaten flesh.
Well, there's definitely something wrong if you do your laundry and afterwards it smells like rotten flesh. Now, I'm a plastic surgeon. I've been in the medical field for over 25 years, and I'll tell you the thing that smells the absolute worst in the entire world is rotting, infected flesh. Infected/rotting. That is the worst smell of all. That smells worse than somebody's behind who hasn't been wiping. It smells worse than the worst kind of pungent odors from food or maybe somebody's stinky feet. The worst thing is rotten flesh. So there's something gone really wrong here if her laundry smells like that after it's cleaned.
I wasn't expecting my video to blow up like it did, but I have a lot of women angry with me. They are reporting me. They're commenting nasty things. I didn't know people was going to get mad like this. I just thought I was sharing experience, but I'm done. This BBL tribe don't play.
So she posted her story about her BBL smell on social media, and in the comments, she just got absolutely skewered. People reported her video as misinformation. They tried to get it taken down. They had the sound taken down, and a lot of people were getting upset because they were blaming her BBL smell on her. Now, I'm not sure if this is because people with BBLs were feeling like they were being threatened by her story, but it really did come around and really hit her very hard.
So first, let me say, my boyfriend at the time did not want me to get the procedure done, but I insisted. So me and my sister got the procedure done at the same time. So at first, mine's was healing up good. It was healing normal. So was my sister's. And
let me pause it real quick to do some commentary. I want y'all to pay close attention to what she's saying. Pay very close attention. Hold on.
I would ask her, is you healing well? She would tell me, yeah. I was healing well maybe the first 6 to 7 weeks, but after that, it kept on leaking and kept on draining. I was asking my sister how hers was doing. She said she was not leaking or draining. Mine's would close up, but then like a day or two later, it would start leaking again. So that's why I had it for a year with the leakage, because there would be points that it would close up, or I would think it was closed up fully, but it wasn't. So one day me and my boyfriend was about to do something, and he just was like, I cannot take the smell anymore. And he broke up with me and he left.
Well, that's really sad because she...
All right, let me stop this. let me tell y'all. Y'all heard what she said, right? She did not go to get it looked at. So she's saying, can you guys hear me real clear? So can you put a one in the chat? Hey, what's up? Incoming. Put a one in the chat if y'all can hear me real good. I want to make sure y'all can hear me. Put a one in the chat if y'all can hear me. Hold on. Let's see. Can y'all hear me? Hold on. Can y'all hear me? Okay, cool. All right, good. I wanted to make sure. Now listen, she says she walked around almost a year with this smell. So anybody knows that an open wound, it has to heal. Any type of procedure, surgery, that's why you normally, anytime you get any type of surgery, it's normally 4 to 6 weeks to heal. These are the number one causes, okay, for a BBL to smell. Number one is bacteria growth. If the incision can create like a warm, like a moist environment, when it's moist, that's usually where the area, it can create bacteria. So you could get bacteria growth. You could get the drainage that can smell. The number one cause of a BBL smell, y'all, is poor hygiene. And I'm being serious. The next video I'm going to show, it's going to say, the doctor will tell you. The number one cause of BBL smell is poor hygiene. Number two, thank you, is the incision is not properly healed. A lot of times, these women will go and get these BBLs done. Hair, they don't have the financial means to go back and forth to get it checked out. If anything happens, to get it removed. I know women that spent their income tax on mommy makeovers, went to another country, got it done cheap, very cheap. That's no good. It's no good at all. When I tell you, and this is something that I researched before, but I never went into depth about it. The number one reason is poor freaking hygiene. The number two, the second reason is incision was never closed. It remained open. The individual didn't go to the doctors to go see. That bothers me because us as women, if I think I got a slight odor, I'm going to the gynae. So you mean to tell me that you were walking around all this time with this smell? That's insane to me. That's crazy to me. I think that's the number one reason why. Yeah. I think that's the number one reason why these rumors are out here, because now everybody's running to get them. They're cheap in certain areas. And 9 times out of 10, the individuals that's getting these BBLs don't have the money to maintain and keep up with this type of stuff. I would never, even if I was to hit a lick today or tomorrow, would it be something that I may think of or invest in if I had that type of money? Absolutely. But let's say, for instance, something happened, I hit a lick and I got 10 grand. That's not what I'm going to go run and do, is to go get a BBL. Years later, you have to maintain. I don't care if people go and get veneers, if they get their boobs done, if they get lipo, whatever cosmetic surgery, you have to maintain that. Just like you got to go get your car oil checked, you got to get new tires. If you don't have the money, I highly advise, don't even start that. Don't. Just don't. But I'm going to play the rest of this video. Hold on, guys.
Obviously had a medical condition going on, and he dumped her for it. So what happens after you do a fat transfer, or BBL? Well, essentially you're taking fat, putting it into the buttocks, and this is done through very small incisions. Now, it's very common to get some drainage from those incisions, maybe for a couple of days, but then usually after that, those incisions will heal up and that drainage will stop. The fact that she had drainage going on for months afterwards, and it would stop draining for a while, then restart draining, tells me that most likely she had a medical complication from that operation. Now, when we do this operation, we rely on new blood supply to actually get to the fat that is injected, and if it develops that blood supply, that fat will stay, sometimes for 10 years or longer.
Let me stop this real quick, because what he's getting ready to go into is when you move those fat cells, they could die. That's another reason why a BBL stinks. Those fat cells can literally die. Everybody knows when something dies, it smells. So that's another reason, but you're not going to believe this second video. The number one reason is poor hygiene. Seriously. Would you say the upkeep has nothing to do with the smell? I do. I believe so. I do, because here's the thing. A lot of these women that go to these type of places, they're not getting the procedures done properly. Let's start there. And because they don't have the money to keep up with it, this is why they're walking around for months, and maybe this woman up to a year with that smell. Because anytime that you're taking that risk, if you don't have the money to reverse it, if something bad or something goes south, why even do it? Why even do it? My thing is, everything that you put in your body foreign, sometimes people get a crazy, stupid, dumb reaction. Let's say, for instance, people may have certain, let's say they may be a diabetic, they may be pre-diabetic. It takes longer for something like that to heal. You know what I'm saying? So it could be a numerous things. But, you know, for myself, now, I wouldn't go and do it. Now, this lady has an incision that hasn't healed. For what reason? We don't know yet. But it could be for multiple reasons. It don't necessarily have to be because the procedure was done incorrectly. Like I said, she may have something going on with her. She could be pre-diabetic. She could be a diabetic. Where those type of things, it takes a longer time. But let's just watch the rest of the video and see what she say.
But there's a percentage of that fat, at least 50% usually, where that fat will liquefy and it will basically get reabsorbed by the body. And in some cases, it can even necrose, or basically those fat cells can die. If that happens, they can liquefy, or they can actually get hard and calcified into a lump. So it sounds like to me she was having a complication causing this drainage where some of that fat is liquefying, it's draining, and it may even be associated with a chronic infection.
When you go through it, get through it, and heal through it, you are able to talk about it. And those that got the skeletons trapped in their closet will envy you. Y'all made up every excuse to why my BBL was stinking. I wasn't washing up. I didn't have money to pay for massages. Instead of just saying, oh, her body rejected it like I told y'all in the first fucking place. And to that little weak ass surgeon from Miami that was talking shit,
Ooh.
boy, please, Google is free. It ain't no one person. Or you fucking crazy?
So I was curious who this Miami surgeon was, and I thought, is it Dr. Miami? I'm friends with Dr. Miami. So I went on his profile and I saw nothing about this woman's story. But what she did share fairly soon afterwards, that it looks like it was this doctor.
Oh, yeah.
Keep all your passwords safe.
No, a BBL does not cause odors. Okay, I've done maybe thousands of definitely thousands and thousands and thousands of BBLs, and no one's ever in my career complained about this. So if this one person had a BBL and she's having these, mysterious odors, it's likely due to hygiene or something related to her body, not related to a fat transfer. Fat transfer is just taking fat from one area of the body, putting it into the fatty area of your buttocks in a closed space. So if you're having, odors years later, check your hygiene. That's likely the problem.
Ooh, them's fighting words. It looks like Dr. Jung Money's video pissed her off, and I think in some ways with good reason, because she apparently really had a complication from her BBL. Now, I think it's also important to realize that BBL surgery is very serious surgery. Not that long ago, there was a study that found that the death rate from this operation was greater than 1 in 4,000.
Okay, let me
meaning more than 1 in every 4,000 people having this operation.
All right, now that goes back to my original thought. So she was walking around all this time with this smell. I want y'all to tell me a reason why she would walk around smelling like that. Just one good reason. One, she seen drainage. So it's obvious she was having a complication. She ain't had no money to go back. She was trying to figure out a way, because there ain't no way I'm walking around like that. So she went to Miami and got this job done, probably cheap, or they was running a mommy makeover special. And here she got an infection, which could have, I'm telling you, any type of infection could go into your bloodstream. You can literally die from infections. Once it's there so long, it can get in your bloodstream. So that's crazy to me. So I just think that if you don't have that type of money to upkeep these type of procedures, don't do it. Just don't. But let me go to this other short. This is another doctor that I like, that I had watched. Hold on. Let me share this tab. All right.
Smell is 100% real.
I was getting BBLs or BB smells. Because every time I'm next to one of y'all, it reeks, it stinks, it have a stench around the area.
But I ain't never heard nobody talk about this BBL, how the BBL smell. I have never smelled it until today.
I want you to write in the comments, do you think BBLs smell? Have you ever experienced this with yourself or with someone else? Write in the comments, let me know. Guys, I'm Dr. Jen. We are talking about the BBL smell because it is all over the place. People are talking about it. BBL surgeries, it's called Brazilian butt lift. It's a procedure where fat is taken from somewhere in your body, your waist or whatever. It's liposuctioned out and it's put into your bottom to make a rounder, sort of larger butt area, okay? Now, these procedures actually can have a pretty decent amount of risk. They can be dangerous if not done correctly. I have a whole video on this and I want you to take a look. It's one of the reasons why I'm doing a video on it is because it's really, really important to know. Also, as a family doctor, I'm often doing either pre-op assessments or my patients are asking me, hey, should I get, breast implants or breast reduction? Should I get a BBL? Like, what do you think about this or that? But let's talk a little bit about the BBL smell and what actually could be going on, okay? Now, in the world of public opinion, I have heard people be like, oh my God, the BBL smells so bad. And then I've also heard people be like, I've never had a smell, I've had a BBL, or my friend's family, they've had BBLs, and there's not an odor whatsoever. Now, doing some research and taking a look at what some plastic surgeons are saying, looking at what patients have said, I do think that there are a few things that could cause an odor with the BBL. Let's be clear though, with any surgery, okay? With any surgery where there's like an incision, there's always the potential possibility for odor. But let's talk about the BBL in particular, okay? So what are some reasons why there could be a smell? Well, number one, it could just sort of be part of routine and natural healing. As you heal, there may be a scent or a smell that you're just not used to that may be thought of as a BBL smell. I'm sure everyone's idea of this BBL smell and what they've smelled is different. That's one thing. But something else that could be happening is if there's any drainage from your wounds, that could cause a smell. Now, drainage, I'm not a plastic surgeon. Drainage, you should always be consulting your surgeon and figuring out what's going on and doing whatever you need to do, okay? If bacteria mixes in with the wound or with any fluids, etc., from the incision site, blah, 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 that absolutely could cause an odor.
Let me stop it. That's my main concern right there. If you don't have the means or the ways to go back to a physician to get checked, you shouldn't. You have no business getting it. You don't. Anybody with common sense knows this. It does smell when anything heals, but they give you a time frame. If it's still, anybody should know that. Anybody. If you notice that you still have drainage and you're going on possibly 6 weeks, go get checked. Yeah. Hygiene and infections. Hold on. But it's just crazy to me how they running out getting these procedures and have no way to go get checked when they have an odor. That don't make no sense for somebody to be walking around a full year smelling like that. That's insane. Hold on. But we're going to talk about alternatives too.
Condition called fat necrosis absolutely can cause an odor. Any sort of complication, if you have a complication from your BBL, could potentially cause an odor. Now, there are other things too, just like routine hygiene. If you're not maintaining routine hygiene, that can be a problem. Like, look, if you don't wash your butt, BBL or not, there's going to be an odor, very likely, right? We all know that. But the other thing is, and this is what a lot of plastic surgeons have talked about, is when patients don't follow sort of post-operative instructions. Like if you're not following the instructions that your surgeon gave you about like bandages, how to change them, washing yourself, whatever, to put on the wound, not put on the wound, following those instructions is going to be super, super important. After all, like you're going through this whole procedure, you don't want to mess it up. Follow your surgeon's advice. Do this no matter what surgery you're having. I do think it's...
Now, let me stop right there. There was a lady that literally had an odor, and guess why? Her bandages. She wasn't properly washing them, caused an infection. So it's just like, this is crazy. Wait a minute. What you say? A lot don't read after surgery or follow up correct. That's what I'm saying. It's like if you you can't pay to go see a doctor to follow up, or just why are you even getting a procedure done? Have I had lump sums of money that I could literally probably at one point in time go and get a procedure done like this? Yeah, absolutely. But it's like, I don't have the money to keep it up. I just don't. It's risky anytime that you're putting anything foreign in your body. Your body can reject it, just like what happened with this girl, not properly taking care of the incision. It kept leaking. She didn't go to the doctor. So that infection, I can only imagine how she smelled. Imagine. That's about it. Hold on.
it's possible to have a BBL smell, but I also think it's possible to not have a BBL smell. And I do not believe that getting a BBL is an automatic sort of signing off on, okay, I'm going to get a smell. I don't think that has to be the case. And I don't think that's the case with everyone. So I want to make sure that we're balanced here. And just because people say all sorts of stuff in the public, domain and in the media doesn't actually mean that it's true. Any decision that you make about getting any plastic surgery, any surgery at all, should be with your doctor. Make sure you get a board certified plastic surgeon, my people. Okay. Write in the comments. I want to know your experiences, if this has happened to you, what you think, etc. Guys, I'm Dr. Jen Caudle, practicing family physician, on-air health expert, and video creators. I do daily videos. Please follow me on Facebook, subscribe to my channel on YouTube. Also sign up for my free health newsletter at drjencaudle.com. Bye.
I had actually never built.
All right. Boom. I'm back. So there are alternatives. Thank you, incoming. There's a bunch of alternatives. This one just happens to be the most risky. But it's the most common. And that's crazy. There's other ways. They have injectable fillers, which they enhance. I mean, there's a bunch of alternatives. I only selected 5 to go over, but there's a bunch of them. I've seen at least over 15 alternatives that you could do. But there's the injectable fillers, which enhance the shape and volume of your butt without needing the surgery. They have it's called M-Sculpt, which is non-invasive. It's body contouring, toning your muscles, which is natural. Very natural. They got the liposuction, which a lot of people think this is the same as the BBL. It's not. The liposuction, it removes fat from the specific areas of the body to reshape your buttocks, but it's a little different. It's a little different than that. What up, Meat? What's up? It's a little different than the BBL. Then they have the vacuum therapy, which is non-invasive. It uses collagen production and muscle contractions. So that's not surgery either. And then the good old butt implants, where you can actually get silicone placed in to enhance the shape. I wouldn't do nothing like that because, again, that's something foreign going into your body. Yeah. Another thing too that causes infections, the utensils the surgical utensils that they're using, if they're not sterile, it is, but it ain't. I'm gonna tell you what the difference is. Hold on. It is, but it's not. And I'm going to tell you the difference. There's a difference. And I'm going to pull it up. It is. Okay. The liposuction is a 360 procedure. So it'll remove excess fat from the entire torso. The Brazilian butt uses liposuction to remove fat and then transfer that fat into the buttocks. So the 360, let me go in a little bit deeper into that. Yeah. The 360 will snatch your waist. The BBL is a 2-part procedure. So you figured the lipo, it'll snatch your waist up and it'll make your buttocks look a little bigger because your waist is a little smaller. The Brazilian is taking the fat out of those areas and putting it back in. Okay. Here come my sis. Yo.
What up?
What's that? Did you hear me?
Did I could hear you, but what you mean? Did I hear you
Yeah,
before?
yeah. No, go ahead. I'm explaining the lipo 360 and then the BBL. You're right. You're right. It's very close, but it's a little different.
Well, lipo 360 is included in the BBL because the lipo 360 is what's used to extract the fat. That's what the
But
lipo
see, the
360 is
lipo,
for.
the lipo is only taking it from the torso. The BBL is taking it from all different parts of your body. It could be from your hips, it could be from anywhere where
No, no,
there's
no,
fat.
no. No, lipo 360, lipo 360 takes the fat from your back. It can take it from your stomach. It can take it from the inside of your thighs. That's what lipo 360 is. That's why all
See, I'm
BBLs.
showing I'm showing that it's strictly from the torso.
No, it's not. No, it's not. Trust me. Yolanda, I live in the land of BBLs, okay? I'm from Miami.
Yeah,
So,
but this is where most of these people was getting stuff that ain't done properly.
and that's what I'm trying, and that's why I'm telling you. B3 lipo 360 is always included in a BBL. If you look at most of all the advertisement, like for the doctors that do BBLs, and all these
Mhm.
doctors, it will say lipo 360 because that's what
Okay,
lipo
so this is what
360 is.
let me say this. It's saying if you want to choose the lipo 360, is to sculpt your waistline and your torso without changing the shape or size of your buttocks. This is what I'm
Lipo
saying.
Okay, lipo
These people, these
360, lipo 360, you can get lipo 360 without a BBL. I was just saying that lipo 360 is included when you get a
oh,
BBL. That's
okay.
what they do.
Got you.
Yeah, that's what they.
I got you.
Yeah.
I got you. I got you. Okay. So let's say if I wanted to go the safer route, then I'm just going to do lipo 360. That
You
way
can
I'm
do
not
lipo
getting that
360. It'll enhance your waistline, but it, it'll give you like
the hour shape glass figure.
yeah, it'll give you that somewhat, but
Mhm.
it won't really, you know what I'm saying, like it won't really give you what people look for when they do BBLs. You know what I'm
And that's
saying?
sad.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, because
it's
the
it's
BBL was a stinky butt. But go ahead.
it's and another thing, with the BBL, with the older thing. Okay, I'm gonna say this because I know plenty chicks that got BBLs. When it comes
hmm
to the BBL, with the necrosis, I think that's how you say it. Now
Yeah,
that's
the
that's
dead
that's
cells.
one of the things. That's one of the things when the fat cells die that creates a
Mhm,
that creates a stench. Now, what I've known personally from girls that have had that experience, it's because of improper drainage. When a lot of these girls that get a women that get these procedures by these doctors, these
mhm.
doctors do not inform these women on how to take care of themselves properly
Bingo.
after they get these procedures. So it's really not um it's really not the person that has the surgery, and a lot of times it's really not the poor hygiene, and I'm gonna tell you why. Because doctors are the ones who came out with this whole scenario about poor hygiene. And you know why they came out with that? It's because so many doctors are negligent on
Hmm.
informing these women about properly taking care of themselves, and they're also negligent as doctors, not performing these procedures properly, which are causing these women to get infections and causing them to have improper drainage. And that is why the whole scenario about the whole hygiene, oh, women are not washing themselves properly. Now, I'm not going to say that there aren't women out there who are not, you know what I'm saying, washing themselves and cleaning themselves properly, because of course they are. But is that the biggest issue of a BBL smell? I beg to differ, because I know that so many women have had issues with BBLs and smells with BBLs because of negligence from the doctors themselves.
I believe that as well, but I believe a lot of it is poor hygiene. And I'm gonna be honest with you. We in a day of age where BV is just like a common cold. If
Right.
they walking around smelling with that BV, do I believe that they could be walking around not wiping their butts and their BBL smelling? Yeah, I believe it.
Well, of
Because
course, like I said, of course, it's people that ain't got no BBL that don't wash their ass. You know what I'm saying? Like, I
yeah.
mean, come on now, you know what I'm saying? I done been around plenty of people that got poor hygiene and don't have a BBL, but I'm just saying the whole, the scenario about the poor hygiene. Like I said, especially when it comes to women, it's always something that, a stereotype people want to put on women when it comes to hygiene, and when it comes to that area down there, they want to blame it all on hygiene. But as I stated before, I've known quite a few people that have had issues like that with this improper care of BBLs that cause them to have a smell. Because after you have a BBL, there's a couple of days you have with your drainage, right? And
Right, but
so,
that's what I'm saying. Let me ask you a question. Let me stop you, sis. Let me ask you this question. That's common sense. If it's not healing, so the women that that had these complications, how long did
mhm,
they wait to be seen? Like that's to me, when you walk around with that type of smell
mhm.
and you're not going to the doctors, I got a problem with that.
Well, my thing is that somebody that is walking around with a smell like that and not going to the doctor, okay, that's, to me, I think it's something mentally wrong with you. Okay, I don't think it has anything to do with people not having the money or whatever to do it. Because, and the reason why I say that is because when you are having any kind of complication from a surgery or anything caused by a surgery, that's not you having money. That's you going back to the doctor and saying, hey, I'm having an issue after this surgery. And it's their
Let
job
me
to
tell you
take
this.
care of that.
Right. But let me say this first and foremost. If it was that easy, it wouldn't be a problem. They would go back, whatever. L- Let me tell you this. A lot of times they're going to these doctors, these quacks, that's not doing these procedures properly. Every time you step in their office is money. I believe that, to be seen. I believe that. If let me say this too. If, let's say, for instance, I came to Miami and I got it done, I came home back to Pittsburgh and I had a stench or a smell. The
Hmm.
first thing I'm going to do is I'm probably going to go see my PCP. But because it's this type of procedure, that they might give me some antibiotics and say, you got to follow up with that exact doctor. A lot of these women don't have that money. They just don't. To go fly back to Miami or wherever they got this procedure done for and to be cared for. They just don't. It is what it is. They don't have the
Well,
money.
well, you, well, if
No
that's
other
the
doctor's
case,
going to touch it. No other
well,
doctor. No doctor goes behind.
yeah, but but I mean, those cases, I won't say that's common though, Yolanda. I won't say that's common, that a lot of people, yeah, a lot of people won't
It is
touch
common.
surgeries, but it has to do with I know a lot of people that have surgeries that are done outside of the country. When they come
Right.
into the US and then they have complications with the surgery, a lot of doctors in the US don't want to touch it because it's a risk, because there are
Mm-hmm.
different procedures on how they do things in other countries. Now, doctors within the US that perform surgeries within the US, and they may be in another state and they have a complication with it, that's I don't there's not a lot of cases where a doctor will say in the United States that okay, that person will have to go all the way back to where they had that procedure. I'm not saying that some doctors won't, but since it's done in the US and generally across the in the US, doctors are aware of how procedures are done, then they can get that taken care of. I'm not saying, like I
I don't
said,
believe that.
I'm not disputing what you're saying about some doctors may say, okay, you're gonna have to go back to that particular doctor that performed that procedure, because they will, because they can, because some doctors are like, hey, I don't want to take on that responsibility. But I'm
Let's say
saying
that they
that
do.
that may not happen a lot in the US. I know that happens a
I
lot
believe
when
it does.
people get procedures outside of the country, but not within the US, because there's
Listen,
people that have other surgeries besides BBLs in the US, and they may have had a bad surgery from one doctor, and they're going to be able to get it corrected by another doctor. I mean, think about it though, Yolanda. Like,
and
people
that
have way
cost,
up
and it
more other
costs.
surgery. No, I mean, but
That's what I'm saying. Right. So they take, let's say, for instance, is I know every year, every tax year, I know somebody that's going to go to Miami to go get this mommy makeover. That's all the girls up here dream of. Okay. A lot of them
right.
go and they come back. A lot of these young girls, they have an issue or a problem. Let's
Mm-hmm.
say they do find somebody in Pittsburgh. Where are they getting the money from? This is that girl did not walk around a whole year with that smell because she just felt like it. She didn't have the money. Those are
I don't think
cosmetic
it
surgeries.
it's not all about it's not all about money, Yonder. It's not. It's
I
really
believe it
not.
is.
It's not. It's not, because like I said,
Because
I've known
to
many
walk
people that
around
have
with a
had.
smell.
Though
But
I
how long
don't
did they
know.
go around with a
I have
smell?
no idea what in the world she was thinking, walking around smelling like that for a whole fucking year. I mean, I saw that video on that girl, and she don't seem too bright. Okay. So I'm not gonna hold it all to she didn't have no money. I just
There's
don't think
more.
so.
There's
I
more
think something ain't
stories.
right. So she's short of a couple of fucking screws in her head. Okay.
There's
Cause
too
she
many people saying that they smelt it. They smelt the bad BBL. I got a problem with that because if it was just that simple, there wouldn't be this big uproar about BBL smelling. You gotta have the money to upkeep to keep
is
up
it,
with that type of stuff.
you don't, it's not an up, Yolanda, when you talking about an upkeep, that's talking about that's talking about the appearance. When you're talking about an upkeep,
Okay.
that BBLs smells or whatever is caused by, that is caused by negligence. That's not upkeep. Upkeep
No,
is
no,
when
no, wait,
you
let's go
get.
back. It don't necessarily always get okay, negligence on the patient and the doctor because they could get an infection by the utensils that is used in the office that wasn't sterile, whatever the case may be. If that's just like if I went and I got veneers after a certain period of time, I got to get them redone. When you're getting those, that's cosmetic surgery. This is not a matter of life and death. If you
Okay,
don't have the money to maintain, let's say that
what
to make sure
to
that you're okay,
maintain you don't have to maintain. When you talk about maintaining a BBL,
let's
maintaining
go
a
back. Wait,
BBL is taking care of yourself. That's
that's not always
maintaining
true
a
because guess what?
BBL.
That's a lie Because you want to know why? A year later, listen,
what is
listen, listen.
maintaining a BBL, Yolanda?
A year later, a year later, he just talked about this. The cells can die. So it could be 6 months to 7 months. Wait a minute, down the road, and the cells can die. If you don't have the money to go and get that mess removed or whatever you need to do to fix it, you need not to get it. Is what I'm saying. It don't necessarily have to happen right away. They are putting those cells in your body. If for any reason they can die. It don't have to be that week, 2 months later. It could be 6, 7 months down the line.
Yolanda.
And you get a smell. What's up?
Yolanda.
That's the truth.
Yes, okay. I'm not saying that those things don't happen. Yolanda, listen.
They happen. They're happening often because too many people is saying they stink.
I honestly, I honestly just think it's bullshit because all of a sudden people are BBLs is stinking. Okay, whatever.
I said that.
Whatever. Okay, but like again, Yolanda, the situation with the cells dying, that is not something that is going to automatically say 2 years or 3 years or 6 down the road. That is something that does it happen? Yes, it does happen. It does happen. But what I am saying is that when you're putting that under the umbrella of upkeep, that's not under the umbrella of upkeep. Having something that's not upkeep, Yolanda. That's
Let's
not
look it up.
upkeep.
Let's look it up. Let's look it up. Let's look it up when you get this.
Okay, look it up. Look it up. That's not under the umbrella of upkeep. Having a surgical procedure done and then having something happen, that doesn't have anything to do with upkeep. Because if I get a BBL and 6 months down the line, I get fat necrosis, that doesn't have anything to do with upkeep.
Hold on. Keep it up. Okay. Those things don't last a lifetime. Yes. Okay, hold on. I'll tell you.
The procedure with the fillers, those things don't last a long time either, and they cost as much as a BBL. So when people look at a procedure with getting fillers up against something, you know what I'm saying, getting a BBL, the reason why people choose that is because this is something that's going to particularly last you a lifetime.
No, from what I'm looking at, it's saying yes, you should get long-term maintenance done.
Long-term
with
maintenance,
anything.
Like what? What long-term maintenance? Like what? The procedure is a fat transfer into your buttocks. What is the maintenance?
There's a lot of things that you have to do. Number one, you have to maintain a certain weight. If you don't, things can happen. Okay.
Okay. That is what I'm talking about when I'm saying about maintenance. I'm talking about keeping your body maintained as appearance, but yes, also keeping yourself. You should keep yourself healthy. But that is what I'm saying when you're talking about the maintenance and the upkeep of it. Anything that you do to yourself surgically, you should upkeep it. That means going to get massages.
Let me read it to you. Yes, you would need to maintain a BBL, as results are semi-permanent and can change with fluctuations of aging, weight, a lot of things. So it is crucial for you to maintain your BBL. Yes, it's a lot of different things to
Okay, but that's what
maintain
I
it.
said. That's what I said, Yolanda. That's what I said. I said yes, when it comes to upkeeping
Maintenance.
and maintaining, yes, you need to take care of yourself. You need to do the right thing that you need to maintain your body. That I'm not
But,
disputing.
but let's go back.
I said when you're talking about things that happen to people when they have
But right.
procedures, like when they have fat neurosis and when they have things of that sort, that's not under the umbrella of
Let's
upkeeping
go
and
back.
maintenance.
Let me go
That's
back.
all I'm saying.
Let's go back to the dying of the cells and what can cause that. Because that got something to do with it too. Hold on.
Okay. Okay.
Hold on. Cause I want to get the proper word. I got it written down. Hold on. Because there's a cause for that too. Hold on.
Well, maybe with the fat neurosis, maybe that has something to do with you not maintaining, your body, and not um properly, the maintenance that you need on, what I'm saying, on your body, and taking care of your body internally. Maybe
But
I don't,
that's
because I didn't read too much into it. I just know what it is. I just know what
you
it
could
is.
take care of your okay. So what it is it's a lack of blood supply to the fatty tissue. So let's say something happens and you get sick and da da da. Like these are unforeseen things that can come about. And if you don't have the money, don't do it. That's all I'm saying.
Yolanda, girl, okay, you just gonna keep
Listen,
on
listen,
riding with
listen,
this if you don't have the money to,
listen, listen,
that it has
listen,
it's still, but it's still not under the umbrella of upkeep and maintenance. That's what I'm saying.
listen. I'm
A
gonna
unforeseen issue has nothing to do with it's not under that umbrella, is what I'm saying.
I'm putting it up under there because anything can happen to you when you got your veneers. You
I
could be
mean,
eating something that
people.
pop. It's unforeseen. No, stop it. Stop it. Stop it.
Girl, you
Because
is tripping me.
listen, blunt trauma. Listen, 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 listen. Blunt trauma. A severe car accident can cause it. Surgical trauma. Radiation therapy. This is what I'm saying. Things that can happen along the you're not going to stay the same. So if you don't have money to
Yolanda,
keep up
you
with the
think that everybody that has an issue or has a trauma has to have money to go get something fixed or go get something done?
anytime it's
No,
cosmetic,
no, ma'am.
absolutely. Every time it's cosmetics, absolutely. Some
Well,
insurance will
people
pay.
do have
Listen,
insurance. Everybody ain't
so,
walking
but they
around
don't
with
pay
no
for. Listen,
insurance.
I got good insurance, and they don't pay for all cosmetic surgeries, baby. A lot of those surgeries come out
That's
of
not
pocket.
that's not a cosmetic surgery. That's not a cosmetic
What a
surgery.
BBL?
No, 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 no. If you're when you have a complication or when you have some kind of unforeseen issue that's not cosmetic surgery.
Okay, let's look it up.
That's not cosmetic
I'm gonna look it
surgery.
up. We're gonna look this shit up. It's not. As far as I'm gonna tell you this, the insurance companies are gonna find a way. Because if it's cosmetic surgery to get it fixed, if it's another cosmetic procedure
If it's
to
another
fix it,
cosmetic procedure to get it fixed, that's different. But if I
okay,
have a cosmetic procedure and I become sick, or I become sick to the point to where I could die or something, like that's not a cosmetic surgery. So we're out of
okay,
the
ask K
cosmetic
Michelle.
surgery.
K Michelle had to pay a lot of money to get that stuff out of her ass. K
K
Michelle had to
Michelle
pay.
had to pay for that. Is cosmetic surgery because it was causing her to become ill. That was cosmetic surgery.
Was it cosmetic or wasn't? You just said it
to
wasn't
re,
if
to
it's making you
remove
sick.
to remove all of that stuff that she had injected into her butt. That's cosmetic surgery. That falls under cosmetic surgery.
Okay, so wait,
Me,
wait.
me, me contracting an illness, me having an illness, or some, or something of that sort from a cosmetic surgery. That's not a cosmetic surgery.
I'm getting ready to look it up. To remove the dead cells, would that be considered cosmetic surgery? We're going to find
That's
out.
not.
We're gonna be doing this all night. We're gonna have to agree to disagree because we're gonna do this all night. 'Cause I want to be. For real. Hey, that's crazy. But no, I'm telling you, I just feel it just breaks my heart when I see these young girls in my city doing this. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I
Knowing
mean,
that later on down the line, it could be anytime you do any type of
any type of
craziness,
surgery, there's always a risk for
risk.
some type of complications. You understand what I'm saying? But
Mm-hmm.
as I said before, when we're specifically talking about BBLs, they're giving away BBLs now, like, like
Right.
candy. You know what I mean?
And that's scary.
So, and it's easy for everybody to get. But the major reason, the one of the major reasons why people are having these complications is because people are not receiving the proper information on aftercare. People are not
Mm-hmm.
taking care of themselves properly. The doctors are not performing these procedures properly as they should. And another thing too, the reason why they tell you the big thing about massages. I know everybody hear about
Yes,
massages
they brought that
happen.
up.
Massages are to get the extra drainage out
Mm-hmm.
that because once they remove your drainages, once they remove those, it's your responsibility to now continue to drain. And that's what the
Yeah,
massages do. The massages drain you.
yeah, they did bring I did they brought that up in a couple different videos that it is very important for you to be able to get, and that's what I'm saying. They
You
leave, they
must
don't.
get your massages, and then and two, everybody, you have an option. You have two options, right? You have an option whether or not some surgeons give you an option whether you want to leave with your drainages or if you don't want to leave with your drainages. Most people
Mhm.
choose to leave with their drainages because um it gives a kind of extra, like a security blanket, because you have something there that is draining you, rather than you leave with just your incisions and then you're solely
Right.
depending on getting your massages to get
Mhm.
drained.
Mhm. I think I would leave with one with it.
I would definitely leave with my drainages. I would take the drainages for a couple of days or whatever. I would definitely do that and get my massages at the same time. But I mean, you have a
Yeah.
choice. Some people
Yeah.
leave with drainages and some people don't.
Mm. Mm, mm, mm. That's insane, insane, insane. This was a good conversation. I only plan, guys, to be on for an hour. I got a bad cold. My job was canceled today, thank goodness. But I did pick up for tomorrow. And tomorrow, we're going to cover celebrity gossip.
Oh God, girl, what you talking about tomorrow?
Everybody. But you know who I'm going to bring up, gang, gang. My girl, a Cardi B, baby. So I'm probably going to bring up Cardi B. I'm going to bring up Pooh Shiesty with his sexy self. I had to whisper that. I'm going to bring. Hey, yo! Look, y'all, Pooh Shiesty. It's like, not. Ooh, baby, He in the living room. I want to bring up who else? I want to bring up. There's so much stuff happened since the last time. Let me look and take a look and see. I think I want to bring. I don't really watch Housewives or like that. But
I used to, but I haven't for like the last, I think like maybe the last 2-3 years.
I want to talk about Wendy and Eddie though, and why they was foolish enough to do some dumb mess like that. That's ridiculous. That's sad. That's pathetic. Just
When you get everything together, like send me a text and let me know everything you talking about, just in case. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying, that I wanna come up and, you know what I'm saying,
Drake.
put my little 2 cents in.
Yeah, Drake. And I want to talk about Rolling Stone giving Missy Elliott the #1 song out of 250 songs. She made #1 for the 21st century. They picked 250 songs. Get Your Freak On made #1.
Oh, you talking about Rolling
I'm
Stone?
so happy. Yes, that's
Yeah, I
big.
saw that. Yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
Yeah, that's big. So, then I want to talk about the Offset Sweetie thing. I want to talk about Stephon Diggs with him and the girl filing the lawsuits on each other, wasting the court's time. So we're gonna have a ball over here tomorrow.
Okay.
A ball.
But still, when you get your, you know what I'm saying, your
Yeah.
final, you know what I'm saying, so I can look and see like what the, because girl, I don't be paying no attention to none of these stupid ass people, but I mean,
Yeah.
it's so much going on right now. It's like you can't help but to, you know what I'm saying, like,
Mm-hmm.
listen and see what's what the fuck is going on. But yeah.
I need the replay gang. Listen, whoever's out there to hear this, when y'all are looking at my shorts, I need y'all to hit the like. Click the like. It's free. Subscribe. Subscribe. But tomorrow we will be back with celebrity gossip, and I'm just going to run amok tomorrow. So we could be live for an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours. It just depends on who I get up here on the panel. And if I get my sis Empress up here, we're going to go about 5 hours, y'all.
Girl.
It's on them.
Girl. Up here acting like fools, girl. Because sometimes I have to, I be having to catch myself, because I be thinking we be on the phone together, because we be
It's cool. We're going to get litty. We're going to get litty. I might even take a sip of something. I might take a sip of something and smoke my little weed, my THC pen. You might have to take over though. I do that,
girl.
Just have my back.
I'm gonna be ready though. But I'm gonna text you tomorrow, so you can make sure, like, send, you know what I'm saying, to send me everything that's on the docket, girl.
I got you. What up, Kamiko? What's up, baby? All right, y'all. Well, I'm gonna close it out, gang. I will be here tomorrow, 9 o'clock. I'm gonna put the thumbnail out. It's all about celebrity gossip. So tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend. But we're going to be back tomorrow with a longer live. You got anything you want to close out with, sis?
No. That's it. Just, shout out to everybody in the chat.
And get your profile picture. I can't even see you, sis.
You know what? Damn, get out of my head. I was just about to say to you, yo, I need to put my picture, but then I was like, I wonder if I should put my real picture, but I was like, nah, I ain't gonna put my ugly face
sis
up
is
there.
pretty than a my sis is a bad. She is naturally gorgeous. I mean, Empress.
Okay,
put your real one up,
Yolanda, because you ain't finna gas my head up, girl.
Hey.
You ain't finna gas my head up.
Empress is cute.
Have me talking crazy around here.
Yeah,
But
put your little
anyway,
picture up.
yeah, I'm gonna just put my little picture that I have on here up there.
Okay.
Yeah, because that looked crazy.
Shouts out to everybody. Tati. Now I'm gonna stop calling you Tati since incoming called me out on that. Tati. That was me and C Dub's little nickname. Tati. We was pronouncing her name all wrong. Tati, Kamika, Christy, incoming, Meek, Sexy 60, Greatness. Who else came in there? Is it Nick Nichery? I think. I hope I said that right. JB. Of course, my sis Empress. Please read. Oh, Dion says so. Says whatever. Sorry, I always says so. Thank you guys for coming in. And we'll be tuning back in 9 o'clock tomorrow. And I'm gonna hit y'all with my little theme song and I'm out.
All right, good night, y'all.
It's your under the breeze. Sip with me. I'll pour it hot, so hot. I'll pour it sweet, so sweet. Spilling his tea, spilling and sipping his tea, spilling and sipping his tea. Thanks for watching me, tuning in, subscribing, hitting that like, smash that like. I don't bite, no. It's your under the degree, feeling great, spilling tea. Have a seat and join me. Sip some tea, unwind with me. Let's grab a snack and talk some smack. I'm your girl, I got your back. I got the news, I got the views. I bet you can't wait, I know you can't wait to sip this tea. Sip this tea. Spilling this tea. Spilling and sipping this tea. Spilling and sipping this tea. Spilling this tea. Spilling and sipping this tea. Spilling this tea. Spilling and sipping this tea. Spilling and sipping this tea. Spilling and sipping this tea. Thanks for watching me, tuning in, subscribing, hitting that like, smash that like. I don't bite, no. It's your under the degree, shining bright. Set the stage, Hollywood dreams, red carpet scenes, glitter and glow, the secrets I know. Drama with flair, I serve it rare. I got the scoop, I got the proof. I know you can't wait, so come and escape and sip this tea. Sip with me, spilling this tea, spilling and sipping this tea, spilling and sipping this tea, spilling 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 and sipping this tea. It's your under the degree. Sip with me. I'll pour it hot, so hot. I'll pour it sweet, so sweet. Spilling this tea.